Hi everyone, my name's Claire.
And I'm John.
And today we're discussing Unit 13, Kiss of Death. Fantastic title for this article.
Yeah.
I think this could be a movie. Maybe it will be one day. I love a bit of drama.
At least an episode of some show.
Oh yeah, it would make a great episode. Again, maybe one day. And it's all about prisons, basically, and a few of the sort of connected issues. But before we get into those details, let's think about prisons in general. Where is the biggest prison in your country, John?
So I'm going to reinterpret this question for my own personal benefit. Instead of doing the biggest jail, I'm going to be doing the most maximum security jail.
Like that's much more
toughest
interesting.
Jail. Yes.
Yes.
And the reason I decided to do that is because my home state, Colorado, is the one that holds this supermax that is considered the toughest prison in the US. We're not including a prison that is controversial, which is outside of the US.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yep, we're not talking about that one, but within the US proper, this prison, I think it's called like AMX Florence or something similar. I'd have to look up the name again. However, it is in Florence, Colorado, and basically it holds hundreds and hundreds of inmates, supermax prison, no contact with anybody hardly, almost 24 hours of a day, sometimes 24 hours, even though that's illegal. Inside these cells alone, no human contact. It's just super, super secure prison. And if I got the name wrong, sorry. Well, it's in Colorado. Just look up most secure prison in Colorado, and it will come up immediately. It was interesting because Colorado, although it's a very liberal and quite progressive state in a lot of ways, does hold some of the America's largest prisons and most lucrative prisons.
They're making some dollar.
A lot of money. And that money could come from a lot of different things, but yes, it's a reality that we had to live with in Colorado.
So you've also
grim reality.
The free people, the citizens of Colorado are quite...
Free people.
Free people. Sorry, that was terrible.
It's America, everyone's free.
Everyone's free, technically speaking. But you've also got all the worst people collected together in the prisons. Maybe that's why they put them in that prison in Colorado, to kind of balance out...
We're just the Australia of America in Colorado.
The new penal colony.
Yeah. That's the problem, I think, the biggest problem in Colorado, and this is going to be a little bit maybe controversial to some. They're not the worst people. They're the unluckiest.
I see.
And there's a problem because the prisons do make a lot of money, they want to stay full. And there are ways they do things to stay full. And they aren't always ways or things which capture those who deserve to be in those prisons.
I see.
Sometimes it's to fill cells. Like there was a teenager who was held in solitary confinement even before he was going to trial, committed suicide, died, all because they just need to fill cells. And it was an unfortunate circumstance, and a lot of people dropped the ball.
What do you think life is like for prison inmates? I mean, in the Supermax you mentioned, basically there's no human contact, but how about in other prisons? Is it different? Or?
It's obviously controlled by guards and everything who can be good or bad, but in the end, it's mostly a dog-eat-dog world. It's a world where power and strength equals, well, power, I guess. Strength equals power. You are able to survive and defend yourself or join the most powerful gang or whatever.
Power in numbers.
Now, I've never been to prison. I never intend to go there. So I don't know what prison life is like on the inside, but from what I've heard on documentaries and stuff, it's like that. It's dangerous. It's there's a lot of different sort of illegal activities that happen on a daily basis, and there's a lot of sort of underhanded things that you have to do to survive prison. You have to outsmart a lot of people or out-hit them.
Might makes right.
Might makes right.
These environments, I guess. And it must be hard, these are, if they are real criminals, often they're not stupid people. You're working against groups of intelligent people who have plotted plots, and of course they're going to try and figure out how to get out or how to get illegal things in, or
exactly.
They're not just going to sit there and take it. So it's hard for the guards too, I bet.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's contraband, both provided by the guards and that passes under the guards' noses, no matter how many times they pat someone down. Which is what we will be finding out in the article right now, how one person tried to do contraband, but maybe they weren't the most smartest cookie in the prison.
Not in this case.
Especially me, because I said most smartest when I should have just said smartest.
But you caught yourself. Good job, English teacher.
I did catch myself. We'll see you there in the article.
Kiss of death. An unfortunate incident at a Tennessee prison illustrated one way that prisoners smuggle things. One inmate's girlfriend hid a balloon full of drugs in her mouth and passed it to him while kissing. The inmate swallowed the balloon, possibly intentionally, but it broke in his stomach and he died. Some question why prisoners are allowed to have physical contact with visitors. But those contact visits are all some have to live for, and taking them away could be dangerous.